Test 1 2. What is going on, YouTube? What is going on, man? It's another day, another dollar. What's going on, man? Appreciate you guys for joining my channel, man. This is Out Here Trucking, and I am done early on this lovely Monday morning. Yep, still Monday. I should be done way before noon. I'm actually getting ready to head to the yard right now, so I love it when I got early days. But yeah, man, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate everybody for tuning into my channel thus far. Real quick, I just wanted to touch on a couple of points. You know, like I said, so this is for all the new drivers starting out, man. I really want to just touch on a couple of things that can get you hired and things that can get you fired. Because I'm gonna share something with you that my trainer shared with me when I first got into trucking. He was like, yo, it's anybody can get their CDLs, you know, getting your CDLs. All you gotta do is go to school, you know, pass your courses, and boom, just like that, you done. He said it's easy to get your CDLs, but it's hard to maintain your CDLs. And so, like, it wasn't until like I would say maybe after a few months, even a year or so of driving, I kind of fully understood exactly what he was saying. So let's just go ahead and get the obvious out the way. All right, the obvious things that can get you canned. Come on, guys, you can come on. Let's go ahead and get the obvious out the way. Things that can get you canned is accidents, okay? Especially if it's an at-fault accident. Now, typically, your company, they're going to review each accident on a case-by-case basis like that. Sometimes, you know, if it's something minor, you know, they may give you a pass, especially knowing that, hold on, let me adjust this camera. Let me adjust the camera. All right, there we go. Got that joint extended a little bit. Yeah, normally they'll give you a pass if it's something minor, all right? They will review everything on a case-by-case basis, but if it's something like, you know, crazy where somebody got hurt really bad, or, you know, there was just a lot of damage done, yeah, typically you can go ahead and start looking for another job, especially if you guys, you know, roll over, which that's the big no-no in trucking. Do whatever you got to do to try to prevent rolling over, guys, because, you know, I'm not saying that you won't be able to get back into or get with a company. It just may take you a couple of years, because, you know, nobody's gonna really want to touch you. All right, so yeah, so accidents, that's kind of like the given. All right, another thing that can get you hired and fired is, guys, we're in the transportation business. All right, we're in the transportation industry. If you, for whatever reason, have a problem, you know, waking up early and getting started and getting to your destinations on time or in a timely fashion, because sometimes you may have appointments, sometimes they may give you a window, but even still, like, you know, if you are constantly either late, or let's say you're doing a delivery where you gotta go and it's a window, and for whatever reason you're not managing your time properly and you're getting there, let's say they start receiving at 2 o'clock, you show up at 3 o'clock, they say, hey guy, you got to park on the side of the street until tomorrow. Like, if that becomes a habit, that's another thing that can get you fired, because like I said, you know, that's how the companies get paid. They get paid by delivering the freight, and as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, that's how they able to pay you. You know, that's the nature of our business, guys. We deliver freight, we deliver materials, we deliver products, okay? We deliver raw goods. You know, these businesses, they rely on a good, safe, reliable driver to be able to get to the point A to point B in a timely manner. So, you know, you don't want to basically mess up productivity, all right? So those are the two basic things that's off the rip that can get you hired and fired, okay? Now, there are some subtle things that can accumulate that you might not even be paying attention to, okay? So, and with these trucking companies, everybody has a safety department, okay? Everybody has a safety department. And from the moment that you get hired, a foul is already going to be created for you. Okay, so with these tractors, they have so much modern technology in them. They got technology that can tell you how fast the vehicle in front of you is traveling, and the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. They got technology that can tell if you're starting to drift over to one of the lines on the highway. They got technology that can tell if you brake too hard. You know, they got all different type of technology to monitor their drivers, and they want to make sure that their drivers are being safe out there. So let's say, you know, you're a person that just accumulates too many hard brakes. A hard brake is basically when, let's say you're going 60 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden, within a matter of 1 second, your speed decreases to like 50 or 45 miles an hour. They may call that a hard brake, because what they want to see is a gradual, as you're braking, they want to see a gradual decrease in your miles per hour. They don't want to see nothing drastic from 60 to 45 within a matter of a second. They will call that a hard brake, and they're going to, you know, look into it. Now, okay, you may get a couple of passes on the first couple of ones or whatever, but like I said, if this becomes a repeat offense, you know, your safety department is going to kind of evaluate you guys, and you know, they may make the decision to go ahead and let you go, because they're constantly thinking about safety, all right, and they may look at you as a liability, someone who may possibly cause an accident, because you know, you just having these repeated hard brakes, and you know, you really don't have a great enough explanation for them, because you're supposed to be maintaining the X amount of distance anyway. Like I said, that's why they'll give you the first couple of ones, you know, for free or whatever, because you know, there is such a thing as vehicles cutting you off, or let's say you know, you're going around a corner and you can't really see, you know, and something just happens to pull out in front of you, whatever. Yeah, okay, they'll give you a pass, but like I said, if this becomes a repeated behavior, then they're gonna start to look into you and, you know, see what's going on. All right, so that's one subtle thing that can get you hired and fired. Another thing is, again, you know, they're always worried about safety. So let's say you're not involved in an accident that's with another vehicle. Let's say you're at a shipper. Let's say you're at a customer. You know, you're going somewhere, and they see you, let's say you're backing up into a dock or something like that, and for whatever reason, this particular the area that you're in, it doesn't really have that much room. Let's say there's a fence a couple of feet from you, the dock's behind you. You go get yourself set up. You start to back up really slow. For whatever reason, you're paying too much attention to your mirrors, okay, and making sure you don't back in anything, and then you don't notice how close your hood mirror is to that fence right there. Let's say you damage the mirror, you crack it, or you know, you actually break the actual housing unit, and you know, it becomes detached from the hood or something like that. You know, that's a small minor incident. You know, it's even though it's one on your hood mirrors, you'll still be able to drive off and like maybe try to get to a shop or something like that or whatever. But little small things like that, trust me, they keep these companies definitely keep track and keep files of everything that happens, all these incidents that happens. Let's say you at a place, whether you're delivering or making a pickup or somewhere, and let's say you're driving, you're on the property, you're slow. Let's say you gotta you know, make a right turn or make a left turn, either way. And let's say, you know, because you're a new driver, you know, it's going to take you a while to kind of really get comfortable maneuvering the tractor and the trailer. Let's just say you made an honest mistake and you misjudged how wide you need to swing the trailer, you know, how wide you need to swing the tractor, okay? And let's say, you know, because this actually happened to me in my rookie year. I was leaving the shipper. I was down somewhere in South Carolina. I was pulling out of their yard. I was making a right onto the road, but I didn't want my trailer tires to go down into the ditch. It was a ditch there. I misjudged how far I needed to go out there, and then next thing you know, the left side of my tractor, meaning my steer tires and my drive tires on my driver's side, were in the mud. Okay, I'm just thinking, okay, no problem. I'll just give it some fuel and then keep it going. But unfortunately, that was really some soft mud, and my tires just kept spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. Then next thing you know, I had to call my dispatcher. They had to send a wrecker out. They probably wasted maybe about $400 or $500 just for him to hook up and pull me off to the street for like 10 minutes. Little small stuff like that, man. These companies, like I said, they keep track of everything, everything, whether you doing something like that, or I give you another instance. You could be driving somewhere, and let's say again, you're at the ship or something like that. Especially if you're doing drive van, right? Now, sometimes when you go and back into these docks, you got to be very careful of your surroundings, especially if there's any type of obstructions in the way, and you just don't want to have any incidences. And one time I was a new driver. I was backing into a dock. I had my doors open, and they was like, all right, driver, you can go ahead and go now, because they finished up loading the truck. I pull out, not even paying attention to it. It was a pole that was literally like a couple of feet from the passenger side of my trailer doors. And like I mentioned in the previous video, one of the most common mistakes that rookie drivers make is not paying attention to their trailer. And sure enough, I begin to, that's a lot of shaking, man. I don't like all that shaking. But yeah, sure enough, man, I begin to, slowly pull forward. I was only going about maybe like 3, 4, 5 miles an hour, and mess around and, hit the damn door. My trailer door on my passenger side came off the hinges. It didn't come all the way off the hinges, but I damaged like 2 of the hinges. But guys, I'm just giving you some examples, things that I've done in the past, things I've seen or heard other drivers do in the past. But those small, subtle things, like I said, they accumulate, and I'm not exactly sure how many times a month or how many times a quarter these companies review each one of their drivers from a safety standpoint. But trust and believe, they do reviews, and you just don't want to be that driver that has too many incidences on your record with the company. I'm not talking about like CSA scores or anything like that. I'm just talking about your own personal record with the company. You just don't want to be a driver that has too many incidences, because safety may evaluate you and say, hey man, this guy had, and in the last 10 months this guy had 6 incidences. All of them could have been preventable. He's kind of a high risk. He's a liability. We may have to let this guy go before he actually does something that's way more serious, and that's actually going to affect their bottom dollar. You know what I mean? So yeah, guys, just something to think about, man. I know now you're going to mess up. Being a new driver, you're going to mess up. It's just the nature of you being a new driver. It's the nature of you coming into the industry. Nobody comes into the industry as a master driver. Everybody messes up, especially if you coming in here not having no prior knowledge about driving tractor trailers, before. So always remain calm, always breathe, always remember what GOAL stands for, which is the acronym for Get Out and Look. If you're ever in a situation and you're not sure, guys, it's always best, to spend an extra 5-10 minutes, get out, look, reassess. If there's other drivers that's next to you and you know that they're veteran drivers, ask them, man. Don't ever be afraid to ask. Now, I'm not saying or guaranteeing everybody's going to help you or assist you, because you do got a lot of super truckers who just, they for whatever reason, they forget what it's like to be a new driver at one point, and they think they poop don't stink. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you guys. From my experience, I never really ran into that where I had questions and nobody was hesitant to ask me, or they just kind of played me off, whatever. I didn't really have that, luckily for me, but I've heard stories of that happening to new drivers out there while they're on the road. So yeah, man, that's just something for you guys to think about. I really, really hope that helps. Take your time, relax, stay calm, try your best to never make an impulse decision, because you're going to end up paying for it in the long run. And please don't ever make a turn and you're not sure if your trailer's going to clear it, and then you just ignore your mirrors and you keep driving and just praying for the best. Man, don't ever do that, man. That's a big, big no-no, because sometimes you might clear it, sometimes you might not, and you might end up popping a tire or messing up your rim or messing up the back of your trailer or something like that. So I hope you guys take that advice. Appreciate you guys for tuning into my channel. This is Out Here Trucking. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Forgive me if the camera seems like it's jumping a lot. I'm gonna have to work with the adjustment on this mount, so it don't keep shaking like that. All right, but all right, man. I hope you guys be safe out there. I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, peace.